Today's gospel reading sounds easy enough, doesn't it? We think to ourselves, it's pretty easy to love. How can we not love God? Jesus says today, love God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. And love your neighbor as yourself. Those who are around us, who love us, it's easy to love. When we are healthy and things are going well, it's easy to love God. But the crux of today's gospel message for us, brothers and sisters, is the battle over pride. Very few of us are willing or even able to recognize that the person we love the most is ourselves. There's no one else we love more than the person we see in the mirror. That exhibits itself. Pride is before us, presents itself in many, many different ways. And sometimes we just chalk it off as a bad moment or a small character flaw. But pride exhibits itself in how we interact with each other. Do we impose our will? Do we always have to have the last word? Is it hard for us to understand those around us? Do we actually hear what other people are saying? Or we're more insistent upon being heard? Do things have to be done my way? Is it hard for us to forgive? Are we easily insulted? How dare she do that? Pride exhibits itself in many different ways. And when all these things come out of us, we really don't love God with all our heart. Because if we did, then our pride wouldn't be coming out, exhibiting itself like it does. And then when we understand today's gospel, then it's even hard to love our neighbor in that sense. Hard to love our spouse even in that sense. Do we love our spouse more than we actually love ourselves? Most parents may say, yes, indeed, I love my child or my children more than myself. Especially a mother, because children is actually come from the body, the flesh and blood of the mother. So today's gospel reading, brothers and sisters, is a call to us to battle against pride. Because when pride is in the equation, we can't love like God is telling us to love. Love is selfless. This is love. The love of the cross. The love exhibited in sacrifice. The love exhibited in extreme humility. This is true love. To completely give. Completely give. And of course, none of us can completely give like Christ did for us on the cross. But every time we look at the cross, we are to be reminded about today's gospel reading. To love with all of our heart, not part of it, with all of our strength, to overcome pride, with all of our mind, to overcome all kinds of sinful inclinations, and with all of our strength to love without reservation. And when we strive to love God in that way, our relationships prosper. They have to. Because when we completely give ourselves like that to God and completely commune with Him, we are strengthened and enlivened and inspired to love selflessly like He did, like He does. And then our relationships become healthy. Our marriages become fulfilling, no matter how many years we're together. And our children don't want to leave the house, not because it's economically more advantageous, but because they want that peace that they find in the family. So let us, brothers and sisters, pray. Let us read Scripture. Let us follow the example of the saints, their selfless examples. And in all of our interactions, let us strive to completely understand that person before us. We, of course, may not know what's in his or her heart, but by their words, we can come to an understanding of where they are at that moment, whether they're having a good day or a bad day. And in that sincere desire to listen and to hear and to understand, then we will find more strength to be patient and understanding and forgiving and selfless. And when we do that, that's when we follow today's gospel reading, these two commandments. In order to love, we have to overcome pride. And in overcoming pride, we find joy, fulfillment, completeness. We find God, because God exalts the humble. And we see God if we come with a pure heart. Blessed are those with a clean and pure heart, for they shall see God. O Lord, help us to love Thee. Help us to love one another. Help us to overcome pride, so that we may be more faithful servants of Thine. O Lord, save us. Amen.